Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I'm Mike and he's Jay, and finally, the day has becometh upon our souls that we shall...
Jingle jangle! Apollo has lifted us up.
Dum-dum-dum! Yeah, Child's Play. You guys have been asking for it for many, many years. Seriously, like, some people have followed me to my house and asked me about it.
What?
Yeah. No,
Was it your mom?
Facebook, Twitter, nobody typically gives a shit about what we do with our lives, but for some reason, the world wants us to review Child's Play. Well, you asked for it, you got it.
Knoxville cow!
We wanted to do a man-verse movie for it, but it was just we couldn't find the time to. We're tired of making you guys wait for it, so we're just gonna review them piece by piece. We're gonna piece it out, and we're gonna go through the pain slowly and methodically. And with the first one, we got the best one.
Yep, Chucky.
Likely.
Child's Play 1.
Yeah, directed by Tom Holland, who also directed the original Fright Night. Let me drop that knowledge on you. Brad Dourif is the voice of Chucky.
I love
the best
Brad
part of all the Chucky series, the whole fucking thing. Catherine Hicks, I don't know his name. His name's really the only one that matters when we're talking about the actors in the movie. I mean, the acting in this movie's okay. It's sometimes bad, but it's decent enough.
Yeah.
The whole story is Brad Dourif is Charles Lee Ray. He's a mass-murdering psychopath.
Strangler.
Yeah, he's the Strangler. He's a serial killer, and he gets chased into a toy store by a cop wearing a weird sweater. He kills him, but he learns some voodoo from this guy to pass on his soul to a doll. And then this little kid who looks like Taco's child from the League, his mommy buys him the doll, and the doll comes alive and starts fucking killing people, trying to get out of its body and become someone else. There you go!
It's really nostalgic because when you watch it, it's got that a really great 80s feel to it. The thing about it is, though, the acting is hit or miss most of the time in this movie. I love Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif, like Mike said, is the best part of this film. And there's like a few moments in it like that are funny, like, you know, when the old couple get on the elevator, he goes, "Ugly dog." He's like, "Fuck you." I was never scared though. Like when this movie came out, I was like maybe 3 or 4, I don't know, but I don't think if I was like my age now going to see this movie in theater, I would have been scared.
No, I wasn't scared then either. The first one I actually watched was Child's Play 3. I was at a party and they're like, "We're gonna watch Child's Play 3. I'm like, "My mom won't let me." Okay. And then we watched it and I was like, "This shit's not scary."
No. Get real. Motherfucking beasts. So I always thought, like, when I was watching this, was even as a kid, like, why couldn't you just punt that motherfucker when he's like, "Oh," you can
fucking step on him. But they do a good job in this. Like, it's not scary at any point, really. It's not freaky or anything. It's more funny than it is anything else. It's for the laugh factor. But there are parts where it's intense. Like, they do a good job. Tom Collins does a good job at certain points, like when he's got the guy. I mean, right in that one shot, it gives you the whole movie because it's really cheesy and fake looking when he's got the cord around his neck and he's holding his neck while he's driving. You're like, come on, dude. But right after that, he gets a knife and he's stabbing him in the back of the seat, and he touches the gooch.
The gooch.
He's stabbing the knife up under the seat, and you see it actually poke the balls at one point, and that seems like intense.
No, you're right though. It didn't touch the balls. It hit the gooch, and if you hit a man's gooch with a sharp, pointy thing, it's fucking deadly. But yeah, you're right. The sequences that they use the dolls in, they actually did a pretty good job for making it look,
for the most part,
believable in a way. Yeah. And he does look freaky as fuck when he gets burned up. And he's like walking that's fucking scary. They should just go with that look. But otherwise, when he's still walking around, he has that mean look. He's like, "I just want to do." I mean, it was still good though. I mean, for what they had, the technology then, it was still an awesome fucking little how they shot that scene.
Well, first off, the first scene when you meet Andy, which by the way, guys, I have a really crazy conspiracy theory that Andy in this movie is also the owner of the toys in Toy Story. Because remember, he writes his name on their foot, Andy. Same kid.
He doesn't age.
Toy Story, sinister as fuck, yo.
Yeah.
But he's in this apartment and he's making cereal. That little kid, first off, that's a terrible mother because that kid was high off his ass. Did you see what he was making? The food, he had like Captain Crunch. He was just pouring, he put sugar on top of Captain Crunch and then got a bulb of fucking butter this big and put it on top of that burnt toast. That kid was fucking, he had the munchies.
He had the pre-diabetes fucking fever. And not to mention the fact that it wasn't Captain Crunch, it was the Good Guys.
Oh, yeah.
It was the Good Guys
Captain
cereal.
Crunch.
But he was like, he poured that shit up there, he bet the milk. I'm like, can't you pour a fucking goddamn fucking bowl of cereal? And he's like, and he was like, sugar, butter, fucking toast.
Well, originally it was intended that at one point they were going to go Paul Verhoeven style and they were going to make it a satire on like commerce and toys and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which could have been interesting to see.
Would have been funny though if the kid had actually made like an amazing omelet sandwich. Like he made like eggs and he's like, oh.
I think what would have been fantastic is when he went in the toy store instead of transferring to the doll. What if a fucking like think about all the toys like the
I
80s.
thought about that.
There's one shot in the toy store where you can see it. If you look careful enough, you can see the Ecto 1.
I know, Mike and I freaked out about that. Like, oh my god, it's Ecto 1, we had to rewind it. It's like, oh my god, would you love to go back in time just to have that?
Yeah, like what? Think of all the toys from our childhood that Chucky could have been.
Oh, I
had
know.
that been the one that was around.
The really biggest drawback for me was the fucking music was terrible. Like, I mean, it was fucking bad. Like, the theme, you know, you have all these other, you got Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Hellraiser, all of them have like their own specific theme that go with it, and it's freaky and it's got that weird haunting feel. They were going for like a children's kind of thing, and it didn't work. I don't know, it just felt stupid.
Yeah.
And there was at one point in this movie, there was like, I felt like him. I'd be like, please, for the love of God, give me the power, I beg of you, to get through it, because there's at some point it drags. It does start dragging a bit. Like they dropped an anchor, and then it's like some weird random shit's happening, and she's in the fucking alleyway talking to a bum, and he's trying to rape her, and then fucking Turtleneck comes out of nowhere and tries to save her. It's like, it just...
There was way too much extra exposition in it. But what made it cool and made it fun to watch was the fact that it was practical effects.
I love that,
at least.
yeah.
You know, the way that the ideas that they come up with to try to make this fucking doll scary. Like the very first kill when he has the tiny hammer and it just all of a sudden hits her in the face. Like that bitch did not need to die. She got hit with a tiny hammer and then flung her own ass out of the fucking window.
She was just mad that she couldn't get that gift card for JCPenney. The voice is really what carries that movie with Chucky. I mean, it's not about the fact that Chucky's freaky little doll that's running around practical effect. It's the fact that Brad Dourif is delivering that sinister voice of his through that. And
at the end of the day, I give this a 6. I give it a 6.0 because it's nostalgic. It's one of the classics. It's the start to one of the classic slashers. You know what I'm saying? I think it's too cheesy to actually call it classic, but it's in that realm. Like you're talking about Jason, Freddy, you know, Pinhead, all that. Chucky's a part of that. So I think this being the original one, the acting was okay. They tried to take the story a little bit seriously. It had some extra stuff in it. Typical horror movie bullshit. Like the guy fucking told you to shoot him in the heart. He said that very clearly while he was dying. And what does she do? I'm gonna shoot him in the head. I'm gonna shoot his leg off. I'm gonna shoot his arm off. And then the other guy gets the gun and she's like, shoot him in the heart! It's like, bitch, you could have just fucking done that. Then she leaves her kid like all over the fucking place. Immediately after Chucky's dead, she walks out of the room and leaves him behind. She's like, oh son. That's like, come on,
only
bitch.
for a second.
Yeah, that's all it takes, my friend. Don't you ever fuck me, Tony.
I'm gonna give it a 6 as well. I think that they had a good job with what they tried to do with it, or they did a good job with what they were trying to do with it. The practical effects were great.
6.0 for me, 6.0 for Jay. Question today is, do you think Chucky should be remade? What director would you like to see redirected?
Rob Zombie.
Edgar Wright. That should be funny. You want a funny one?
Not that funny.
I really wouldn't want to see Rob Zombie one. It would just be gory for the sake of gory, and there'd be a lot of cursing and
beards.
And beards, yeah.
With beard lice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
That's it, guys. Comment below. Let us know what your thoughts are. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us at We Watched the Movie on Twitter. Share this on your Facebook and Twitter with your friends. That helps a lot. Tell your
Love
friends. And click that subscribe button. Get some wham up in you.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.